Hey everybody, what's up? Hey Connor, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Another episode of Cardcast, hitting on some hot topics. Got some hot takes.
I like it.
Hot.
Everything's hot.
Everything's hot. 5 hottest cards. 5 hottest retail products.
5 hardest cards you should buy, you should sell, you should give away. You got 5 everything.
5 hottest
5 for 5.
F1 drivers. 5 hottest Pokemon.
You better have done some more research than I did then.
5 hottest Ninja Turtles. April. So, anyways, glad to be here. Let us know if anything's wrong with the mic or the picture, but today we are talking about something that we are very familiar with, which is retail wax.
Yeah, it's been a good game for a couple of years now.
For
18 months or so.
Yeah. About when did it pick up?
Like that's exactly when I got into it. Was 2020 Bowman. So you could buy cello packs, fat packs, blasters, and pretty much double your money. You know, turn $20 into 35 or 40.
2020 Bowman had Jason Dominguez, first Bowman.
Yeah, Bobby Witt had Boba Fett on the cover of it. Mm-hmm. And it was, I mean, back then, January, February of 2020, doubling your money was huge.
Yeah. Like,
you never did that, especially stuff you bought from Walmart.
Sure.
I mean, it was brand new. That was a new thing. So then it kept going and kept going. I think it was, for some people, it was a little bit before that, but not much more before that. A few months before that, probably.
Yeah. So even before the pandemic. That was before the pandemic.
Yeah. Yep.
Was...
Prism basketball, I know, was out hot before that. Mosaic was the big score. That's when I, was really into it. Pandemic. I mean, I remember waiting in line in a mask at Walmart in March of 2020.
Really?
Yeah. Having a mask on and nobody knowing if it was safe to go to Walmart. And yeah. So anyways, that's when it started. And about for 18 months now, it's been like every week, you know. I mean, we're not telling a lot of, stuff that people don't know, but you're waiting in line to get product when 2 years ago it was sitting on the shelf. You can go get it anytime you want.
Right.
It's getting back to that pretty quickly.
It's getting back to that real quick, especially with the one item, with the limited quantities at the Walmarts and stuff like that. I know, I was at a Walmart last Friday morning, and they had a shelf full of Chronicles Draft Picks basketball and Optic baseball, Prism baseball, stuff that doesn't have resale markup, doesn't have any margin to it. And I came back later that morning, and there were some select hangers. So I'm guessing that stuff had been on the shelf for a while, and then they had added to it. So, I mean, it's a good thing.
Yeah.
For I think the hobby. Maybe not a good thing if you were making a couple grand a week off of.
Sure. Not if you were a flipper.
Retail wax. Yeah.
I mean, the margins are, and it's what we talked about before in like the Fanatics episode or whatever.
Yeah.
Like the margins were going to get thinner.
Yeah.
And I talked about it on even hobby stuff. Like if they start raising prices, and they start squeezing people, and then the hobby starts to slow down a little, and the margins gets thinner and thinner, and that's where we're at.
Yeah, if optic blasters were still $20, there'd be
There'd
plenty
be
of margin there.
Right.
But even on optic blasters, there's not
raising really them to 35, 38 with tax.
38 with
and
tax.
And I buy them for 40.
38 with tax here.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's places with higher tax rates, So, yeah.
So the margin isn't there. Panini's raking it in even more. Panini, Walmart, whoever's getting their cut of it. So it's only a matter of time before you can go get it whatever you want on the shelf. It's just going to be $35 a box.
Yeah, and how long is it going to sit there?
It's going to sit there enough to go into clearance eventually.
Yeah.
I mean, the people that, I mean, it's proof it with the 2017 optic packs they put out and the football cubes they put out this week. That the people that are doing it don't have any idea what they're doing.
Right.
So you can't just
MJ Holdings, your different
Excel, all those like you can't put Bowman Platinum out for $80 and think it's going to sell.
Yeah.
It sat there last year during the heat of the pandemic at $40 for one auto. So we double everything and make it $80 and it's still going to sit there, you know.
And has there ever been a valuable Bowman Platinum card?
I don't think so. Nobody's asked for Bowman Platinum for sure.
I mean, even Otani Bowman Platinum rookies are not crazy.
No. I mean, it's an okay product, but I just like it because you can get cheap autos of good prospects.
Yeah.
But it's more Topps Fire than it is Bowman Chrome.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, it's a retail only, retail. There's no hobby boxes of Bowman Platinum anymore. There used to be, but there's not anymore. So,
yeah. I
mean, it's a kid's type product at a hobby box price.
Yeah, at $80.
Yeah.
$80 for a mega box.
But squeezing margins like you've never seen. I mean,
yeah,
it's squeezing enough where it's going to go back to normal. I mean, sooner rather than later.
Who pays do you have any idea who pays for the clearance? Like, if that product goes to clearance and gets cut in half or whatever, and they're selling $35 blasters for 15 or 20 or whatever, then who's responsible for the difference on that?
Well, I think I don't know the connection between Walmart and MJ Holdings or Target and Excel.
Yeah.
But MJ Holdings and Excel get blasters from Panini and Topps for $12 each.
Okay.
Is their cost. So if they like mark it down, you know, in the past it's been $19.98 for a blaster.
Yeah.
They mark it down 30%. They're probably just giving Walmart their cut and just getting rid of product.
Yeah.
I imagine that's what it is. I mean, it's got to be close to that.
Yeah.
So, I don't think. I mean, Panini may have raised if they told everybody like they said in their release that they were going to raise them from $20 to $30, then they've raised their cost from $12 to $18.
Yeah.
So, they're probably pretty close to that. So even when it goes on clearance, it's going to be down to $20 again. I mean, the Bowman Platinum is $22, you know, so, or $23 or $24, depends on where you get it from.
Yeah.
But it's going to be the same. You're going to see stuff on clearance again.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's going to be. I mean, these big companies can wait 6 months and then throw it out on clearance.
Yeah.
So, but that's the way it was. That's where it's going back to. There's no more buying it for 20 and selling it for 100.
Do you think because of that, like a lot of people, they come into a shop, the reason shops carry retail wax is to have something affordable for people to buy and open. A lot of people don't care what it is. Like, do you think you'll start seeing less retail product at shops because if people don't care what it is, they can go in and buy stuff off the shelf?
I think there'll be less retail at shops for sure. The shops that are going to survive this are the ones that have the connections to buy the blasters for $10.
Yeah.
And then put them out for $15 and beat Walmart's clearance.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that will survive this part. I mean, most of them probably didn't survive on retail anyways, but that's always been my my job as a dealer, as the type of dealer that I am, is to find a good deal and pass the savings on.
Yeah.
And then, you know, everybody knows when they come to me, they'll probably get close to the best price they can. And that's what I've tried here too. It's just, if I'm not out there, you know, waiting in line at Walmart myself, then I have to pay secondary prices just like everybody else.
Yeah. And
I just try to, you know, work with people to try to get the best price I can as well, and then pass that on. So, in the last 6 months or year that I've been here with the shop, I haven't been able to be out there on my own and do it. So I may not be cheaper than, you know, some guy that found 10 of them on Facebook or whatever.
Right.
But we'll consistently try to have nice products at decent prices, hopefully.
Yeah.
But that's what's gonna. I mean, this is good for everybody because if they're printing too much,
yeah,
then the price of the boxes is going to go down.
Sure.
And that's the way it was 5 years ago when on Black Friday I was buying blaster cases for $100.
Yeah.
Cases.
Yeah.
Not one, 20.
And not of garbage. Like
no, it wasn't garbage either. Yeah.
Yeah, it was decent products.
Yeah, I mean stuff you could hit something in. You know, Topps Chrome or I don't think I got Topps Chrome for $100, but I was getting like golf blast, you know, golf stuff, golf boxes for $5 a box and stuff like that. So it may not get down to $5 anymore, but it'd be 10. You know. Yeah. That's not that far away.
No.
Like next Christmas.
Yeah.
Black Friday will happen again.
Can't wait.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Can't wait for the market to crash on sealed products.
Right.
I mean, that's how it's so weird. Like working with you, in which this is kind of my mentality too, and that's why we've gotten along so well. But it's like everyone else's misfortune is our opportunity in a way. Like the market goes down, like we're going to do better from that because we can get better deals. Mm-hmm. You know? I wonder, and it's not that we're taking advantage of someone's misfortune. It's that other people are playing one game and we're playing a different game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's more, you have to have a big enough base and steady enough base that, you can take a hit or two and still survive.
Yeah.
So if you if you have, I don't know, somebody's collection's worth say $5,000, but you have $4,000 worth of Patrick Mahomes right now.
Yeah. And
all of a sudden now that 4,000's worth 2,500, and you get a little antsy about buying more stuff, and then, you know, say they miss the playoffs and it's worth $2,000, and now your once fun collection is, when do I sell this stuff I don't want anymore?
Yeah.
You know, that's the human mentality of, in reality, if you really liked Patrick Mahomes as much as you did before the season started, then you want him to just write this off as a bad year and fix some things on the defense and then be buying his stuff right now. Mm-hmm. But that's why the rich people are the rich people, because they're doing stuff that nobody wants to do.
Yeah.
You know, nobody's wanting to buy Patrick Mahomes. I mean, people say they want to buy Patrick Mahomes, but they're not putting, you know, huge money into Patrick Mahomes right now. I don't know anybody that is.
No.
I mean, I haven't sold a Patrick Mahomes in 2 weeks.
Sure.
A big, you know, a decent one.
Yeah.
So people I know aren't doing it.
Yeah.
So it's, to do, I mean, you got to do, you know, like optic basketball was the same thing. Like, I'm buying it in release day, I'm selling a little here and there, but I'm buying it the whole time. Like even though the product's going from $125 on eBay and it's down to $80 a mega, well, that everybody was saying, hey, it's trending down, it's still going to go down. Like, that's when you stop buying it. But I know in 6 months you won't be able to find the box of this stuff.
Right. Especially not when it's not being stocked this week.
Right.
Like, if it's only stocked for 2 weeks, if that's all they printed,
yeah, good
luck finding it.
Yeah. I mean, they may have figured something out. I mean, they may have learned, hopefully they learned their lesson with like Select or something like that. But
Merlin soccer blasters are like $60 to $70 a piece now.
Yeah.
Nobody even likes that product. But it was so limited, and there's a numbered card in every box. I mean, the singles don't sell well.
Yeah.
But it's so limited. There's a numbered card in every box. It's supply and demand.
Yeah.
You know, it's twice what it was when it came out.
Or twice what it was. Right. Like, it's 3 times retail. There's no other sports blasters that are that, you know, now. But once they raise the price to $30, there's no $90 blasters out there right now.
No.
So, I mean, yeah, like we said in the title, like, we're hopefully the people that were doing it that cared about it don't leave because that's it. Hopefully they find another niche to make a little money or whatever and keep alive, but I don't think so. I mean,
no.
Some of the kids and stuff that were waiting in line, they'll just move on to something else, shoes or Pokemon or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just going to help. 10 years from now, we're just going to say, remember that 2-year glitch?
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
I mean, it'll be a little bit higher or whatever, but it'll be, man, remember the good old days when we were selling blasters for $100 when they came out?
Remember when you could go out on a Friday and make a month's wage and in 4 hours of driving to Walmart's?
Yep.
Yeah. It's insane.
That's what it's going to be like, man.
There's never been any product of anything that's ever been like that, where you could buy it at retail like that and
not make that much money.
Mm-mm.
I mean, I remember guys going to, in the 80s and 90s, saying, hey, let's go to Costco and we'll buy a pallet of cards. But that was $18 and you were selling it for $30.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it wasn't the same spreads. So, but I mean, those were the good old days in the 90s and in the 2000s. Was like, remember in 85 when we go buy a pallet of cards from Costco? You know, so it's like, yeah, we remember you'd walk into Walmart and there'd be a pallet full of 89 Upper Deck sets, but they were $100, you know?
Yeah.
So that's what we'll be like in 5 years. Remember when you could go get...
They're still $100. Yeah.
Yeah, you should have just put the money under your mattress.
Yeah, right.
It would have been the same.
Exactly. It's interesting. Like you say, you want people to come back around, you know, to find another way of being in the hobby. But most of these people, a lot of people that are out running wax, they're not in the hobby.
No.
Like they've found a way to make some extra money, you know, and that's fine. Like somebody needs to be in the middle, like acting as a distributor in a way.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to do it with that much markup. Like somebody's going to do it. Yeah,
somebody was going to do it for sure.
I think passing up an extra $1,000 on a Walmart shelf is like giving a quarterback that makes $40 million his 600th pass touchdown back for nothing. Like, I mean, come on.
Tom Brady does not care about that football.
40, you know, makes $100 million a year with whatever, with his endorsements and everything. Plays for a team that makes billions. And you're going to be the good guy? Guy just got took. Guys got took.
He got season tickets for 2 years.
Who gives a crap? He could have got a retirement, like a good retirement.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
That's a whole nother podcast.
That's a whole nother podcast. Anyways, yeah, I don't expect anybody to pass up an extra $1,000 on a Walmart shelf for sure. But I am excited about Optic. I hope they quit printing it.
Yeah.
Just to show. I mean, it's a lesson that nobody, or like that it's hard for people to learn. Is that it really is just supply and demand. Like, there's Hulk Hogan cards that are worth $10,000 or whatever.
Yeah.
Those Dwayne Johnson, Bumblebee rookies, you know. You know, there's a reason why Marvel sells for more than DC, and it's because they printed 10 times more DC than Marvel, is what Nick was telling us. You know, it's just everything kind of comes down to supply and demand. Popularity is a big thing, but that's the demand.
Yeah. Like,
there's more demand for Mike Trout than there is for Wilson Contreras.
Yeah.
You know, it all comes down to that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'd like for them to just quit printing Optic. I think it's in their best interest because it creates it creates something that seems like the hobby's still like churning and there's still those opportunities out there. That's what people want to believe. They want to believe that like there's another Luka Doncic on the way. There's another 2019 Prism basketball coming around the bend. And I think for the manufacturers, for Panini, like it's in their best interest to lend something to that. If they quit printing Optic and it goes up to $200 a blaster, you know, people are going to think, oh, well, the next one. And they'll just print the shit out of the next one.
Well, what has happened in the past sometimes is a product will be like Walmart and Target were never thought as distributors.
Yeah.
They were never thought of. That was like an entry point into collecting. Like that's why it's at Target and Walmart. It's not because the cards inside were ever going to be worth any money, but how do you get new people into the hobby? How do you get new people buying your stuff? You don't put it at a hobby shop because they got to find the hobby shop. You know, they got to know about cards and want to buy cards before they find the hobby shop.
Yeah.
So you put the cards up next to the register in Walmart, thousands of people walk by it every day.
Yeah.
And that was the point of a $20 box, or at the time $10 box.
Yeah.
It was an entry point to collecting. And it hasn't, like, now Panini's job is to provide value to, that's why you have and select all those die cuts, and you have, you know, mega boxes, is because they're trying to provide value. That's a new product that they didn't have to before.
Yeah.
You know, there's enough demand for new SKUs and new products and new colors and new all that stuff. They didn't have to do that before. And now in the past it was you did one release and then whatever didn't sell got pushed back to Panini, and then Panini would blow it out to Blowout, Dave and Adams.
Mm-hmm.
And now who knows what Panini's goals are. Like, they think they could be done in 2.5 years or whatever it is.
Sure.
Like, for them, I mean, what does it hurt them to just print the stuff out like crazy and get their $18 a blaster? And I mean, the real play would be, hey, here's the wave to Walmart and Target, and it's, you know, it's up to $40, $50, $60 a blaster. Let's keep printing it and keep it at back, and now we'll sell it to Blowout. We're only getting $18 a blaster from Walmart. Let's get $30 a blaster from Blowout.
Yeah.
You know, that's the real play right here. I mean, there's to still print as much optic as they did select, and now there's a Blowout wave of, you know, it's spread out. Now there's, you know, Fanatics exclusive and holiday blasters. And
is there Fanatics exclusive still?
It's purple.
Is it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I got Fanatics exclusive Donruss football mega boxes that have purple optic in them.
Dumb.
Yeah.
So Panini still has a relationship with Fanatics.
Yeah. Everybody has a relationship with Fanatics if they want one or not.
I don't think Topps does.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Bowman Chrome X was not released on StockX this year.
That's probably true.
That was not. That was different than last year.
Yeah.
Last 2 years, anyways. So
it's gonna be really interesting because there's money to be made on. There's more opportunities if there's more product.
Yeah.
To make money.
Yeah.
It's not easier money, but it's more money. So, like, select basketball, at some point in my career,
yeah,
I'm going to have 100 count lot of LaMelo Ball retail selects.
For sure.
If they never put out a select retail product, at some point I may have 2 or 3 LaMelo base card rookies.
Yeah.
But, say they were, you know, like regular years, like Kyler Murray's rookies, like $30 or whatever. You know, I may buy them for 20, sell them for 30, buy them for. But if there's 100 of them, if I can get 100 of them and pay $2 a piece and sell them for $4,
yep.
Now instead of making $30 on 3 transactions, I'm making $200 on 100 transactions. But I sell those in lots and stuff. There's more opportunities with more cards out there, even if the demand's on a $4 card. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And you're saying $2, but in reality, like,
even if it's 5 to 10 or whatever.
No, I mean, opportunity. If it's a $4 card, there's opportunities there to find 100 of them for $100 or $80 or whatever, you know. Or if they're under $5, like, you might just end up with them because people don't think they're worth pulling out of their stuff because they don't want to list them on eBay for less than $5.
Right. That's, I mean, we pull out stuff every day. We pull out Mike White, Mike White cards.
Yeah.
All kinds of that. There's more opportunity. The more stuff that you got, the more opportunity. The more stuff's out there, the more stuff you can get.
Yeah.
So I think that's the mentality that I've always had, and I'm going to continue to have, and it makes it more fun for me.
Yeah.
Even though it's not going to be as cool, it's not going to be like some people are going to think it's really cool to have, say, the PSA 10, field level, Kyler Murray rookie card.
Lewis Hamilton.
I hope they print the shit out of the next Topps Chrome F1 product.
It's not gonna matter whether they do or not. Stuff's garbage. Like, it's such a dumb thing. None of the pinky twirlers care that actually watch F1, like, or are involved in F1. Like, they don't care about cards.
Yeah. None of them do.
Zero.
None of them do.
Zero. And actually, after this Netflix special is over, people probably aren't going to care about F1.
Yeah.
Here. I mean, how much do NASCAR cards go for?
Yeah.
They have the best, had the biggest fan base in the United States.
The most loyal.
The most loyal fan base in the United States. Gets together every Sunday, not for, for all year long. And watches something, where it's Truck Series or Outlaws or
Dirt track,
NASCAR stock cars, whatever. And NASCAR cards are worthless. Like, they're worth something.
No,
good luck selling them.
Yeah,
I don't care how much you think F1 is cool. It's not different.
You know what F1 right now reminds me of?
What?
Is when they started making MLS soccer cards, and the people that collected soccer cards were like, "You have to get this stuff. It's so cool. It's going to be the next big thing."
You mean 20 years ago?
10 to 15. Yeah, like MLS.
Landon Donovan?
No, yeah, Donovan and the guy that came over, Beckham came over. He's going to change the game.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so you have to buy soccer. That's the next big thing.
When's the last time you sold a Sporting KC card?
Oof. Who's that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's... I
saw soccer. I understand soccer. I don't like it.
Yeah.
But I understand soccer. It's the biggest sport in the world, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But anytime you try to just shove anything down an American's throat as a people, instant rejection.
Soccer has stickers and cards going back. It has a collecting history going back easily 30 years. For the last 30 years, people have been collecting stickers. Yeah. It's not a very big jump from stickers to cards.
Yeah.
But
that's only because that's all Panini made.
That's why NASCAR cards don't do anything. It's because nobody's ever collected them. There are people out there, and good for them. They're keeping, a hobby alive, but it doesn't have a history of collecting. Formula One doesn't have either. It's one Lewis Hamilton friggin' Sports Illustrated card from 2006 or 2009.
Yeah.
No, it's not a thing. There's some Panini stickers in the 80s and 70s, but it's not a thing. It's never going to be a thing. And I think people look stupid when they try to look cool by pretending that F1 is a thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Hey, would you pass me that soda opener?
Yep.
I am parched. If you like F1, I'm sorry. Look, you're good.
You're one of the cultured.
You know what's going on. If you like it, then like it. If you're collecting it as a collector, that's completely different.
There are no collectors. They've just been invented. Yeah. It was impossible to collect F1 before that product.
With that series, I could see somebody saying, I really like George Russell, or I really like Lando Norris, or whoever. Lando Norris plays Call of Duty. I'm sure that has something to do with his popularity in the United States. I could see people out there like, oh, I'd really be really cool to have a card of them. You can go buy one for $5.
Yeah.
Like it. But for people like if you're spending 20 grand on a Lewis Hamilton card, like that's a bad investment in my opinion, in my professional opinion. Yeah, it's my professional opinion.
You're just trying to beat down the prices so you can buy your own F1s, aren't you?
Can't wait.
This is the long play.
I'm talking to my banker about a loan now.
I don't believe that for a second.
No. But it's good that people
Cold War cards. Professional dart throwers.
I was watching that the other day, the Cornhole Championships or whatever. There's this one guy that like never misses.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but he looks like a 5-year-old whenever he throws. He's like, but he's really good.
You left ESPN running too long, didn't you?
Not smooth. Like his throwing mechanics are all wacky, but apparently he's the best.
Really?
Yeah. I left ESPN on for way too long. But yeah.
Typically, vendors eat the cost on a vendor manager product. Yeah, that's what I thought too, Mike. Panini's still going to get theirs. They're already paid, and Walmart's going to get theirs, and the vendor's just getting some cash back. Shops are done. It's card shows, platforms for singles, direct for wax. You don't want the market to totally crash 0 cents. Yeah, totally crash is not what we're talking about.
No.
I mean, we're talking about pre-2020 levels. You know, it's going more to that than it was. I mean, there was cards before 2019. We're not going to go from 18 shops in Kansas City to 2, but we'll probably go from 18 to 5. Yeah.
You know, maybe 15 years from now there'll be 2 again or whatever. But, you know, I think there has been an adjustment here where it's almost like the minimum wage for dealing in cards was set in 1991 at like a certain rate, and it never went up until 2019 when it tripled.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was like a market correction for 2020 when it tripled.
Well, there used to be like back at Marketplace, there used to be like anybody could get on there to sell. All you had to do was pay the $500 to set up your website.
Yeah.
And so it was like the term they always used was cost for entry. So there was almost 0 cost to entry. And it's the same thing now where your cost to entry to be a dealer's $100 at the dealer table on a weekend.
Yeah.
You know, then you're a dealer. You know, that's everybody's cost to entry is the same as like you have to have some plan, some business model, some inventory, some direct accounts, some vendor, whatever, to set up a card shop in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you go to Walmart on Friday and sell it at a shop on Saturday.
Yeah.
You know, that was some people's business model.
Yeah.
Was we're going to go wait in line at Target and Walmart, and we're going to take it in our shop and sell it for more. And we're going to make enough money to pay our rent and make a living.
Yeah.
Like that was possible for a year.
Yeah.
You know, that's part of the reason we're open.
Yeah.
I mean, this place looked like this for 6 years, but I wasn't open to the public because I didn't have that revenue stream.
Right.
You know, so it's I mean, that was possible, but once, I mean, 18 is going to go to 5. It's not going to go from 18 to 25.
No.
It's already down from 18.
Is it?
Yeah. And you know,
that
for
sucks.
various reasons and stuff, but
yeah,
it's going to be 18's too many.
18's too many.
Yeah.
Kansas City's not a big place. I mean, you're talking, if you take in all of Overland Park and all of Metro KC or whatever surrounding area, you're talking 1 million people maybe.
Yeah, 1.5 million, I think.
Yeah.
which is not. It shouldn't be one shop for every 100,000 people.
No, because you can take 50,000 of those out right off the bat.
Yeah, or 80,000.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I was our vacation. We went up to Omaha last week.
Yeah,
and there's 2 in Omaha.
2 shops.
2 shops in Omaha.
Omaha's as big as Kansas City, isn't it? Or close to 500,000.
There's not as many suburbs,
Yeah.
so maybe Omaha proper's. I don't know for sure. I mean, it's within, 100,000 or so maybe. But Kansas City proper is only like 500,000.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's Overland Park and Liberty and
Proper.
Anyways, they there's only 2 shops, and Matt's up there. He has one of the better shops, and the other guy, I forget his name. Scott's up there too. I don't think he's in Omaha himself. He may be in a suburb of Omaha, but there's Lincoln within a couple of 30-minute drive or whatever that has a couple of shops, but they don't have 18.
Right.
People aren't opening up shops, and some people are doing it smart. Like I know Ward that was in Independence that had to move for some reason. I mean, he just had a little hole in the wall and was having fun with it, Yeah. I mean, that's fine. There's other people that are, trying to expand too big and paying too much rent and stuff like that. And, they'll either have to adapt or die type thing.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, there's a way of making it work if you want to make it work.
Yeah.
But if you just want easy money, that's done. Like
we've changed here in the last 3 months to where the money's coming in, where it's going out, where it's and it's just you just have to adapt with whatever situation it is.
Yeah, focusing on the relationships that make the most of our time. Not trying to put a bunch of work into stuff hoping there's a buyer out there, but focusing on those relationships that we can schedule around.
Yeah.
I think that was a really good move.
Yeah.
Boss really knows what he's doing.
You got something brown on your nose.
Yeah, right.
Demand is a problem. No disposable income, inflation, getting burned. Pandemic, people are going to get turned off quickly and not come back. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely people that started in less, a little more than a year ago that are still around and still learning and still enjoying it. But it's the point where, like, 2 out of every 3 people you talk to just started collecting, a few months ago. That's over.
That's completely over.
Yeah.
Like, it would surprise me if somebody came in tomorrow and was like, yeah, I just started collecting and, I'm really into it. That would surprise me.
9 months ago, it was every other person.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now it's like, it's something I wonder is like, some people have a lot of money invested in cards. And if they invested that, a year ago or 8-9 months ago, and they're still have that same collection, then they could be down a lot.
Yeah.
So there's a potential you could have a lot of desperate people out there, like desperate to get rid of stuff or desperate to whatever. Like, I haven't really seen like the ugly of that, but I feel like there's a potential for some ugliness.
I think so. I mean, yeah, there is. I mean,
yeah.
I think the decision is going to be: do they sell their briefcase with the deal or not? Yeah. Like, am I completely done or? Yeah. But it's those type of decisions.
Whether the ugliness is the person selling misrepresenting what they're selling,
yeah,
or the person buying just flat cutting the rug out from underneath them.
Right.
There's definitely some potential for some ugliness there. but I haven't seen much of it yet.
No, I mean there's you're gonna see a lot of happy people again. I mean, you're gonna see just as many happy people as there was before. But like when it's like 6 months ago, it was you had this section of people, and we talked about it on one of our podcasts. You had this section of people that were disgruntled because you couldn't find anything on the shelves and the prices were so high. And then you had this group of people that were, that's how the game's played, you know, where you got to go out and put the work in. And now that same group is disgruntled that the prices are so low, and this one's happy that the prices are so low. So as long as these people are seesawing like that, as long as one section just doesn't go away,
as long as one part of them isn't happy, if everybody's happy,
if everybody's happy, then the rapture's happened or something, you know.
Yeah, watch out, right?
Yeah, there's always that teeter-totter happening for sure.
I feel like 80s baseball's the new play.
80s baseball?
Yeah. I think I'm making a hot take here. Is that Roger Clemens cards go up 20% in the next 2 months.
Okay.
Hot take.
Okay.
Roger Clemens rookie cards.
When do they announce the... January. Okay.
I'm going to make another hot take. Barry Bonds rookie cards go up 20% in the next 2 months.
So when would you sell Barry Bonds?
December.
Would you sell it like the week of the announcement, basically?
No, I'd try to sell it. The thing is that they kind of know. Like, they know who people are voting for. They just don't know if they've gotten enough yet.
Well, they do that. They do that. I forget who does it, but they do the ones. They keep track of the ones that people have said publicly who they voted for.
Yeah.
And it's always the new school people that announce it before. Yeah. So Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens always. I mean, I've noticed every year they always have like 75% of that vote.
Yeah.
The people that announce it, and then they end up with 56% of the vote. Yeah. You know. So if that number is like 80, I mean, they still might miss.
They need 75, right? So they had 72 last year, both of them.
Really?
Like 72%. They're really close.
If they had 72%, there's nobody that's got 72% of the vote that has not gotten in.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Like, did they watch Barry Bonds play? Come on.
Most of them didn't, to tell you the truth. I mean, some of them didn't.
Yeah, there's a good point. You have a good point, but
I mean, it was 20 years ago.
The guy was a machine.
Yeah.
Like, he was like one soda if you gave him like a Red
steroids. It's Barry Bonds is one soda on steroids. That's hot take.
Hot take number 2.
Hot take dos.
Dos caliente. Take. So
I'm seeing who else is getting in.
Schilling? Maybe. Or was Schilling's last year? Or did he get in last year?
No, Schilling.
No.
There was nobody got in last year.
Right.
Yeah. Jeter was voted in the year before. Yeah.
So this year is Clemens, Bonds, and A-Rod.
Boy.
Oh, dude, if it is, the world just changed. There's going to be so many mad people. There's going
to be a boycott of the Hall of Fame.
I have a theory that A-Rod will get in because he's been a, what do you call him? Commentator?
Yeah.
For so long. He's been in the media for so long. And with big news outlets, that he's probably made connections and, like, paid people off to vote for him and stuff like that. Or at least, like, you know... He's slithery snake his way in there.
He's calculating.
He's very calculating.
Alex Rodriguez is nothing but calculating.
Yeah.
Like, when he signed autographs for the public, it was calculated. I guarantee there was a camera there.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't do that off very often.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I would not surprise me if he got into the Hall of Fame and quit working as an analyst or
David Ortiz is up too.
Oh, that's right.
So you put David Ortiz and Alex Rodriguez, both who were named in the Mitchell report.
Yeah.
With Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens. And then just
bring them in. Can they all make it? Yeah. They can't all make it, can they? They could.
As many people that get 75%. I mean, I guess
everybody gets 5 votes, right?
No, 10 now.
10?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I guess mathematically you could get 12 people in. Mathematically, yeah. I mean, if everything worked out perfectly.
Yeah.
But it won't. I mean, it'll be those 5. I think those 5 have a shot to get in.
Yeah. That would be insane. You mean Clemens, Bonds, Schilling, A-Rod?
Schilling was at 71.1 last year.
Yeah.
Bonds and Clemens were at 61 each.
Oh, they weren't that.
They were at 75% or 74% of the publicly announced ballots pre.
Oh, okay.
So the ones that told them before they actually announced it, they were on 74% of it. So they were at 61%. Next was Scott Rowland at 53.
Yeah.
He won't get in this year probably with A-Rod and Ortiz.
I think Roland, Helton, and Garcia Parra get in veterans. I don't think they get in regular.
I loved Scott Rowland.
Yeah.
But I never thought he was a Hall of Famer.
No.
He reminds me more of like Todd Helton or.
Well, Todd Helton's got a shot.
I know. I mean, those type of guys that stay on the ballot.
Yeah.
But I don't think Scott Rowland was ever the best player on his team.
Yeah.
And he wasn't on teams that played, teams that were in it every year. It's not, Derek Jeter necessarily wasn't the best player on his team, but he had A-Rod next to him and Posada and Bernie Williams. And
they won the World Series.
Yeah. So Scott Rowland, I mean, when he was with the Cardinals, he had Pujols with him and Edmonds. And, I mean, he wasn't the best player. I don't remember the Phillies teams too well in the late 90s.
I don't know how people stack up awards like they do nowadays. Like Nolan Arenado's got 4 platinum gloves, baby. Like who else can say that? I don't know. I mean, I don't know, but
I don't even know when they started platinum gloves.
I don't either. I think Omar Vizquel had 2. Maybe he had 4. Andrelton Simmons got 4, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think Vizquel played before they had him though. That's why he's only got 2.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah, so in probably mid 2000s or late 90s they started doing it.
Yeah. But Pokemon.
That was a great
ultra premium Pokemons. It was a great what?
That was a great. I don't know how we went from wax to Hall of Fame discussion in about 3 sentences.
That's what we do here at the warehouse.
I like that discussion better.
That's what we do here at the warehouse.
Pokemon.
Okay. All right. We each get 3.
Mm-hmm.
Modern guys you wouldn't think of that are like pretty sure things for the Hall of Fame. Like active players you wouldn't think of. Well, like, wouldn't think of. We talk about this all the time, so we're gonna have the same guys, but you probably have different guys than I do. There's some guys you think about more than I do.
No, you think about them as much. I mean, since he retired today, Buster Posey's in.
He's in.
Yeah,
he's definitely in.
I think Buster Posey has a better chance of getting in the Hall of Fame now than as if he played 3, 4, 5 more years and racked up meaningless stats.
He does.
Because he was never going to get to 3,000 hits. He was never going to get to
300 home runs.
Yeah, he was never going to do that. So now you say 300 lifetime hitter.
Yep.
You say 129 OPS plus.
Yep. For a catcher.
As a catcher.
Career.
Yeah,
OPS
career
plus.
OPS plus. His last year, 140. Like now,
7-time All-Star, MVP, Rookie of the Year,
3-time champion,
3-time World Series champ.
He's got the same as many as Terrence Gore does.
That's right. Buster Posey and Terrence Gore
3-time
have the same
champions.
amount of World Series rings.
But we looked it up earlier today. He's got the same WAR as Yadier Molina.
He does.
After 17 years.
That's true.
So if Yachty's in, and I'm not arguing that, then Buster Posey's in.
I think Yachty's in, but that's not a pick I would make for that question.
No.
I do think Yachty's in, but like it's not. It's still like maybe not. He's the best.
He's not a first ballot.
He's one of the best defensive catchers ever in baseball when it comes to throwing people out and managing a game and stuff like that. But anyways,
he's had offensive seasons less than average hitter.
Yeah.
Before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is okay for a catcher, but they do. I mean, he does so much with the pitching staffs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You've seen people leave. I mean, I don't need to argue for Yadier Molina.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
But to answer the question.
Wait, you picked one.
Okay, go ahead.
Jose Altuve. That's the one I've been talking about for like 2 weeks.
Okay.
It's one nobody ever talks about. Nobody thinks about it. Jose Altuve did not cheat in 2017. Shame on you if you think he did. You need to research your stuff. He got mad whenever they banged on trash cans when he was at the plate. Yeah. Jose Altuve. Let me look him up.
Jose Altuve.
Because in my mind...
Jose Altuve, we looked this up the other day. Jose Altuve is the next guy to get 3,000 hits.
In my mind, Altuve is a lock. If he plays another 5 years and is anywhere close to what he's... Anywhere close. Like, he can have a decline. He can have, like, a decent decline. But, I mean, if he's putting up a positive WAR for the next 5 years, is doing decently... Like, he's in. Like, check this out. Is there audio here? Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. All right. Okay, so Altuve, MVP, 7-time All-Star, 2017 World Series, 41 WAR at age 31, 41 WAR, 1,700, 1,800 hits, 164 homers, 308 career batting average, 7 All-Stars, 41 WAR at age 31. If Altuve plays till he's 36, he's in. 1,700 hits. Like, he only needs to put up 150 hits for the next 8 years. Basically.
That gets him to 3.
Pretty close.
But how many, like, yeah. I'm with you.
Yeah. All right, you're up. HT Sports says John Lester.
Oh, I hate that pick.
Why?
I don't know.
Expand.
He was
expand.
I don't look at him as a Hall of Famer. I mean, first of all, I was at the game in 2014 when he blew it for the A's.
He's got 200 wins. Exactly.
Yeah.
200.
44 WAR. That's a maybe, right?
I mean, that's pretty low for a pitcher.
Mm-hmm.
Like Clemens has like 180 or something like that. Something insane. 44 is pretty low for a pitcher. Like a catcher, I think can get away with like under 60 WAR, but like Schilling's got like 70 plus.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to see a good argument for John Lester, and this isn't enough information to put up a good argument. He's got 5 All-Stars, National League Championship Series MVP. So like you throw 2 games out of your mind and you get that. Right?
What's his where's his stats or game or like
standard pitching?
Yeah, go as far right as you can. For the awards and stuff.
Oh, hold on.
How much? Like, what's his highest finish in the Cy Young?
Two.
Two once and 4 twice and 1 9.
Yeah.
So 4 times in the top 10.
Yeah.
So that means out of how many years? Like 16?
Something like that.
So out of 16 years, 13 of them. Out of 16 years, 3 times he was in the top 4.
In the league.
In his league.
In his league.
He's a stat accumulator. That's why I don't like him.
Yeah.
He was never dominant. There was not one stretch where he was ever dominant.
Yeah.
I mean, if he had those stats, if he had 200 wins, 44 WAR, and got 25 of those WAR in 5 seasons, and was the most dominant pitcher, and finished second, third, second, then I think that's more of a Hall of Famer than a guy that's just there for a long time. He's Jim Cott.
There was never one year where John Lester was the
even
best.
the one he finished second. We could probably look at his stats and think, he was never. The rest of the league may have had a bad year.
We can look at his stats. It was 2016, which is an interesting year for
the Cubbies.
2.4 for the Cubs, 2.4 ERA, 200 innings pitched, 154 strikeouts. Oh wait, no, 200 innings pitched, 154 hits.
244 ERA is stellar.
197. Yeah, 197 strikeouts in 200 innings. That's pretty good.
That's a good year.
That's a good year.
That's his best year.
That's his best year.
Yeah.
And probably, I'm not going to look at all of it, but probably by far.
What's his career whip?
1.3
or something.
Where's his show whip?
Down at the bottom, the 1.2 number.
1.278.
Yeah. I mean, it's got
career ERA plus is 120. Wait, no, that's just with Boston. Career ERA plus, yeah.
I mean, he might get
somewhere in there, like 115.
He might get some well-deserved credit for coming back from cancer, that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there might be some love for that.
117 career ERA plus. That's not Hall of Fame though.
I don't think so.
Like no.
Burt Blyleven's a good example too. Stat accumulator.
You went.
Yeah.
I went. HT went.
HT went.
You're up.
Gosh. I'm trying to pick something that's not obvious. I mean, somebody that nobody, somebody that's not obvious and nobody talks about. Like, I mean, we've talked about it some. I don't know that there's anybody under the radar that's 15 years in that people don't know is in the Hall of Fame.
There is. We talk about them all the time.
I mean, you're talking about like Manny Machado type guys?
No. Goldschmidt, Greinke.
Greinke's in.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a Hall of Fame. I mean, Greinke's a stat accumulator, but let's look at a stat accumulator, not like
with a peak.
Yeah. Like this is how you accumulate stats to get into the Hall of Fame.
73 WAR.
6 All-Stars, a Cy Young, 73 WAR. Yeah, I mean 3.4 career ERA, 219 wins. Friggin' 2,800 strikeouts.
1.15 whip.
1.15 whip.
So that's literally 10% better than.
Yeah, and in a career, we're looking at. Yeah, I mean,
look at that peak.
Yeah, All-Star Gold Glove, Silver Slugger, All-Star Gold Glove,
MVP votes.
Cy 4, MVP 20, Gold Glove, MVP 7, Cy 2, All-Star Gold Glove, Cy 7, All-Star
2009. Look at that 2009 season.
Slugger. All-Star Silver. He was only MVP 17 in that year. A 1.07 whip. .205 ERA plus.
Yeah.
240 strikeouts. Holy smokes. On 229 innings. And damn it. The screen is too big.
That's a Cy Young. Or that's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it is. 2.16 ERA that year. That's insane. Yeah. But I mean Greinke's a guy. Pitchers are tough, but Greinke's a guy that, I mean, people in the shop argue about that all the time. Like, oh, Greinke's getting in. No.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't believe that.
I mean, it used to be so easy. Pitchers, you get 300 wins, you're in.
Yeah.
You know, it just doesn't work that way anymore. Like, there's other, you got to look at every stat. 3,000 inning pitch is a big deal.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is not going to happen to these guys anymore.
Yeah.
Gosh. I mean, guys that are, there's guys in that shirt, like Freddie Freeman's going to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
But those are guys that are like halfway through.
Yeah.
I have a hard time in my mind, like when I was a kid, you could name, like, the Hall of Fame was the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
You know, and we've turned it into the Hall of, what is it? The Hall of Very Good?
Yeah. I mean, it's the Hall of Great.
Yeah.
You know, but the Hall of Fame wasn't the Hall of Fame when you were a kid. It just seemed like that.
I guess.
Like,
it seemed a lot more.
All those junk guys from the 50s were still in it. You just didn't know who they were.
Right. I get that's probably true. But it was special because they were in there.
Yeah.
Like, I think it became less special when guys I watched most of their career got in.
Yeah.
Like, I never thought of Alan Trammell and Lou Whitaker as Hall of Famers.
Oh, no.
Or Rock
Raines. I never
Raines.
thought of Lou Whitaker, period.
Yeah. Yeah. I never thought of, I mean, I think Jack Morris's career ERAs over 4.
I mean, maybe Harold Baines is a Hall of Famer, but he got it all in the 80s because I don't even remember Harold Baines playing baseball.
Yeah. No, he was batting 5th and 6th on Oakland and Baltimore.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, he got into the Hall of Fame because Tony La Russa was on that committee.
If Harold Baines got in, that's like Fred McGriff getting in.
Fred McGriff was a much better hitter.
Yeah.
Fred McGriff was feared.
Yeah.
Fred McGriff almost won a Triple Crown.
Freaking crime dog.
Yeah.
You kidding me?
Harold Baines is.
But if you look at Fred McGriff's stats, there's no chance. I don't think.
496 homers.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. Really?
Actually, 93, sorry. 493.
Fred McGriff is going to get in. He's the next Harold Baines.
Almost a 900 career OPS, 52 WAR.
134 OPS plus, 52 WAR in.
I think he finished with Tampa Bay and they didn't sign him. Or was it Tampa Bay?
Yeah, when he was 40.
He was missing. He had missing by 7 homers to 500. When that was a thing, like if you got to 500, you were in. No matter what.
Back when there was only like 5 guys that had done that.
Yeah.
Ugh, that makes you mad, doesn't it? Like he probably would have played for free just to get a chance to hit those next 7 homers.
But he was also playing, like, when he led the league with 36. Maybe it was Sheffield that almost won the Triple Crown. But it was because McGriff batted behind him.
Yeah.
But he led the league with, like, 36 and 34 homers.
Yeah, but I think McGriff's going to get forgotten. Same way Harold Baines has.
Yeah.
I mean, in a similar way, I guess.
I think it's because they played for so many teams.
You think?
Part of it.
Yeah.
There's nobody... there's no fan base that's making them. Like Richie Ashburn was the same.
Fred McGriff, I mean, he had MVP votes like 8 years.
Yeah.
5 All-Stars, 3 Silver Sluggers.
He won one, right? Or no?
All-Star
Just an All-Star.
All-Star MVP?
Yeah.
What's an All-Star MVP? They have an MVP for the All-Star game?
Vlad Jr. won it this year, baby.
Who cares?
Me, this guy. Mike Trout's got 3 of them.
1989.
Cosmer.
Fred McGriff led the league in OPS plus with 165.
With 36 homers and a 924 OPS.
It was not a hitter friendly.
No. That's why they allowed steroids in the league. That's why.
So, why are people better now? The guys who were taking steroids had children while they were taking steroids, and now they're ball players.
I'm not smart enough to figure that out.
Okay, so
watching some of these guys pitch now, I don't know how they hit.
McGriff's Harold Baines.
I think that's a disservice to Fred McGriff.
Well, I mean, that's
Harold Baines doesn't have. I guarantee he doesn't have 400 homers. He might not have 300. 384.
384 home runs in the 80s. That's like 400 through the 90s. That's like 4 and something through the 90s. 121 OPS plus. Yeah, Fred McGriff's way better than Harold Baines. 6 All-Stars. So 1 Silver Slugger. Oh my gosh!
Full-time DH?
Why did they elect him?
Tony La Russa was his manager with the White Sox, and convinced everybody to vote him in.
Really?
Yes.
Why does Tony La Russa have?
He's on the Veterans Committee.
Oh, he is.
Yeah, or it was when they voted for him.
Who listens to Tony La Russa?
Apparently 7 other people. 12 other people.
They just want him to shut up.
Yeah.
So they voted for him. It's like, all right,
he's
Tony.
134 hits away from 3,000.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he wasn't a power hitter. But 38 WAR.
Yeah.
He's down there with Bill Mazeroski for the lowest WAR in the Hall of Fame.
So, that's weird to have 2,800 hits as a designated hitter to me. To me, that's weird. Like, nowadays, that would never be the case. You would never have a DH that's just a contact hitter. I mean, he's not just a contact hitter.
Not a full-time. I mean, pretty much, what he played, 22 years?
He played 21 years.
So he averaged 15 homers a year. That's pretty much a contact hitter.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not Wade Boggs or Rod Carew contact, but it's
not Ichiro.
It's not Ichiro.
The difference is Ichiro was the best contact hitter ever.
Yeah. Ichiro had more hits than anybody ever, right? In baseball history.
In a season, in a 10-year period, and if we pick any period of time up to 10 years, and Ichiro is probably has the top 5 all-time best periods.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you want the best 4-year period of hits, Ichiro has the top 4 best 4-year periods.
Yeah.
Probably, you know.
I mean, the guy started when he was 28 or 27 and got 3,000 hits. That's enough said, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. He had 2,000 in 9 years. He had 2,000 hits in 9 years.
Probably 8.5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
That's good. So,
I would say,
yes, Barry Bonds Hall of Fame 2022. Yes, of course. Did you not watch him play? He's friggin' super shredder, dude.
Let's look up. I know he's not going to get in, but let's look up Robinson Cano.
Okay.
Because I don't think he's officially retired.
No?
He got suspended, right?
Restricted list.
Okay.
8-time All-Star. Oh, that's a good pick. 5-time Silver Slugger. All-Star MVP.
Look at his hits.
2,600 hits, 334 home runs.
Look at his WAR.
303 batting average and 70 WAR. So he was in the Mitchell report, right?
No, he got suspended last year or whatever.
For PEDs?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
He missed the entire... What? Look at the stats. It was either 19 or 20 that he missed the entire season.
Not 20.
16. What?
No. He played all of 2020.
Then it was this year.
It was this year. I wonder what exactly.
So he's 38. I don't know when. How many years do you play for Seattle? Like, look, there's 4, 5, 6, 7 for the Mets, 8. He's still got 2 years left on that $10 million or that 10-year deal.
Really?
So if he averages, he needs 236 hits. No, 374 hits. I was looking at the wrong stat line. 376 hits over 2 years. That he's going to play because he's getting $25 million a year.
Yeah. So is it just a 1-year suspension?
Yeah, 162 games, I believe.
Dang. So he was straight juicing.
I don't know. I mean, you look at those numbers, and that's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
300 batting average, 500 slug, 350, yeah. 330 homers as a second base. That's Ryan Sandberg, I bet.
I mean, 126 OPS plus as a second baseman. Yeah.
That's Ryan Sandberg.
Yeah.
With more hits.
Yeah.
That's probably Joe Morgan-esque.
Let's see. How many hits? 2,600.
26.
303 batting average. Nobody has a 300 batting average for a career. Buster Posey and Robinson Cano. I mean, anymore.
126 OPS plus.
Okay. Ryan
Sandberg is the first ballot Hall of Famer.
68 WAR. 2,400 hits.
50 more
285
homers.
batting average.
Robinson Cano is better than Ryan Sandberg.
Way better.
Yeah.
Like, not just better. Ryan Sandberg had a 114 OPS plus. I mean, I don't know what the defensive metrics say. Sandberg had more All-Stars.
Had an MVP.
More Gold Gloves. More Silver Sluggers.
Steroids.
Less steroids. Had an MVP. Yeah.
There's my pick. My second pick. Robinson Cano.
Why did he... Oh.
I don't think he played. Like, what did he play? 15, 16 years? He retired kind of early, I thought.
So...
Yeah, he retired at 37.
Is this strike? 95 did not play? It's not strike.
95 was. They missed some time, but they didn't miss the whole season.
Right.
I don't know what that is.
So, anyways, yeah, Ryan Sandberg, Joe Morgan. I mean, it is and should be adjusted for the period that you played in. Obviously,
that's what OPS plus does, right? As
a hitter, but like, I don't know that it does, because look at all the All-Stars, look at the MVP, look at all the... I mean, he was a home run derby champion. You know? I mean, Robinson Cano doesn't have a chance of doing...
Yeah, he did. He was in the home run derby.
Right.
We booed him out of the stadium here.
I guess what I meant was, like, Ryan Sandberg would not have a chance of being in the home run derby nowadays.
Oh. He was in the 90s.
When I think, okay, so like,
I think he won one in the
those
90s.
Robinson Cano's numbers really surprise me, because I wouldn't even think of Robinson Cano being in the Hall of Great.
I think that
just off the top of my head,
that's what that's kind of what I mean by Scott Rowland for me.
Yeah.
Because Robinson Cano was never the best player on his team.
Yeah.
I mean, when he was the Yankees, I mean, even when he went to the Mariners, it was Felix Hernandez's team.
Yeah, all day.
You know?
And Felix isn't probably going to make it.
Yeah.
He might make it veterans.
Yeah.
Because people love him.
Holy crap. Joe Morgan.
100 WAR.
Jeez. Superstar.
He heard you talking trash back in the 50s or the 60s.
Still has 70 less homers and less OPS plus.
2-time MVP, 10 All-Stars, 5 Gold Gloves. 2-time Player of the Year.
390 on base lifetime. That's damn good.
Yeah. 130. He has a higher OPS plus than Ryan Sandberg.
Yeah, but the difference between Ryan Sandberg and Joe Morgan is the difference between Joe Morgan and Robinson Cano, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Was it 132 or was it Cano was 126, wasn't he? Not one. I thought it was 146.
No, I think it's 146.
Really?
I think.
No,
No,
126.
126. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you tell me, name the top 10 baseball players from any given year in the last 20 years, and I would never name Robinson Cano.
Did they?
Not a single year. Yeah, apparently.
No, I mean like MVP voting.
Oh yeah, yeah. He has
Yeah.
a 3, an MVP 6, an MVP 4, an MVP 5, an MVP 5, an MVP 8. Yeah.
Hall of Famer.
Hall of
I
Fame.
opened your eyes.
Asterisk.
You're the one voting for Barry Bonds.
Bonds 22. I am voting for Barry. All right, if you're going to use steroids, you better be a Barry Bonds. Like Barry. Yes, Barry Bonds was a 10-time All-Star before he started using steroids.
So I mean, then why? Then don't use steroids.
You want to call it the Hall of Fame? Barry Bonds is famous. He's more famous than Willie Mays. He's infamous a little bit.
Yeah.
Because he used steroids, but the guy was friggin' insane.
Yeah.
Like, no, there will never be another hitter that good unless they legalize steroids in the baseball.
No, it was superhuman.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Friggin' Thunderdome.
It was almost as if you could create it in a lab, and that's what would happen.
Yeah. I know.
Like if you built a ball player in a lab, it would be Barry Bonds.
Yeah, it would.
Because that's what happens.
Not true. He was that before.
No.
It was just taking the best player in baseball and making him that much better. Like, you look at his numbers, Barry Bonds was the best player in baseball from the time he got into. From 87 to 97, in that period of time, like, I don't think there's anybody with a better 10-year period. All around. I don't even know if Mike Trout has a better 10-year period than that. Before he started taking steroids. I say that. It's up there.
He had 3 MVPs before he started taking steroids. So, but Barry Bonds' ego is what got him in trouble.
Yeah.
Because he didn't start taking steroids until he figured out that Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa were.
Yeah.
And that's the famous story when he's sitting down with Griffey Jr. at dinner at Griffey's house and says, I'm paraphrasing, but if those white boys can do it, I can do it too. And he's talking about McGwire and all those guys, and Canseco and all
Sammy
those guys.
Sosa?
Well, I
Barry
don't think
Bonds
he was
is
talking about Sammy Sosa.
colorblind.
Was it read the story?
I know the story. Career 182 OPS plus. But from 1986 to 19...
His Pittsburgh stats.
Yeah, let's just take the Pittsburgh stats, okay? By the time he was 27, 2 MVPs, 2 All-Stars, that's it. 3 Gold Gloves.
He had 3
3
MVPs.
Silver
his
Sluggers.
third one was his first year in San Francisco.
93. Yeah. I mean, that's a Mike Trout. Like, friggin'
Yeah.
in that period of time. Let's see. 60, 90, 112, 136, 161, 171, 177 home runs, 177 home runs. Let's see. He had a 223 his rookie year, a 248, he had a 311, a 292, so he's like a 280. Probably a 280 hitter. Friggin' those 4 years right there. Like, look at that. Like, 1993, 1136 OPS, 206 OPS plus. Like, friggin', who was it we were looking at earlier? Harold Baines that led the league in OPS plus with like a 140 something?
Yeah. It was Fred McGriff.
Fred McGriff, yeah, 1989.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's 1993 Barry Bonds. But what do they say he started using steroids in like 97?
No, like 2000. 99, 2000.
Really? Oh, it was before that. No?
No, McGuire and Sosa were 98.
Oh, okay.
The home run chase.
So through 97, through age 32, like it would surprise me. Like Trout's 28 this year, right?
Yeah.
It would surprise me if the next 4 years for Trout are as good as Barry Bonds' 29 through 32.
If he's healthy.
That might be a hot take. Well, right. He's got to be healthy.
That's the peak. That used to be the peak for baseball players. 28 to 31, 32.
It feels like it's not now, though.
Feels like it's like 25 to 29.
I think it's because of reaction time.
I don't know. I think it's because, I have nothing to back this up, but I think it's because the guys that are playing Major League Baseball now picked baseball as a sport when they were 14 and played it all year round. Winter ball, travel teams. The guys that are 29 now, 16 years ago in 2004 or whatever, were picked baseball, and so they learned more in 2004 than a regular guy would have learned in high school in those years.
Yeah.
To have that peak. So I just think the peak sooner.
Yeah.
Even wear and tear.
It's a mixture of of knowledge and experience
I think
mixed
so.
with physical ability.
That would be my take on it.
So before, your knowledge and experience wasn't there until you got later in life.
The peak of
because your physical's
the
there.
peak of physical and knowledge met from 28 to 31. Now it peaks from 25 because you're better physically at 25 than you are at 29
for sure.
But your knowledge wasn't there. Now it is because they start so much sooner. They know cutoffs and what pitches to look for. All that, everything you learn, you learn it sooner.
That's a good point.
That would be my take on it. But nobody's taking steroids anymore, right?
Huh?
Nobody's taking steroids anymore now.
Yeah, right.
Trout's 30, they say.
So,
nobody's arguing that he wasn't a Hall of Famer before the steroids.
Yeah, but he was so good though, like so much better than everybody else. Like McGuire and Sammy Sosa took steroids, but they weren't nearly as good as Barry Bonds.
No, I'm not arguing with you.
Like everybody cheats in baseball.
Everybody cheats in baseball.
Everybody.
Mark McGuire hit 49 home runs as a rookie.
Ty Cobb cheated.
Ty Cobb cheated.
Everybody cheated. All history of baseball is full of cheating.
That's true. So who's your pick for Hall of Fame? I wowed you with Robinson Canel.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I don't know this for sure, but I know the last time I looked up Evan Longoria, it was like he's got a shot.
Really?
Yeah. It surprised me.
Evan Longoria and Scott Rowland are the same person, I think.
Yeah, probably.
If they weren't both alive right now, they'd be the same person.
50. Yeah, no. I don't know.
57's not bad.
No, he's got 0 chance. 3 All-Stars, 3 Gold Gloves, Silver Slugger, and Rookie of the Year.
317 homers.
317 homers. Yeah. But, yeah, no shot. 0 shot. I mean, career OPS plus is 120, but 3 All-Stars?
As a third baseman.
And no MVP as a third? No, 0 shot.
It's just the third baseman he played with was rough.
Yeah.
A-Rod.
Any position nowadays.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean in his league?
That's why he wasn't an all-star.
Yeah.
Like, if you look at Derek Jeter's all-stars, he's not in there every year because there was Nomar, A-Rod, Miguel Tejada.
And he just wasn't very good.
No. He's Robin Yount good.
He's Robin Yount good. He's not Barry Bonds good.
No.
Jeter was really, really good.
Jeter's in the Hall of Greats.
So is Robin Yount.
Robin Yount was better than Derek Jeter.
Yep. Yep.
The ultimate lock Hall of Famer that nobody's really talking about now for me is Bryce Harper.
Oh. Well,
lock.
Yeah. Lock. Complete lock.
I don't think a lot of people would say that though.
A lot of people are like driven by what they want to be true and not what is true.
Yeah.
Like people don't like people have been saying 2 MVPs. Yount's got 2 MVPs.
Yes.
2 MVPs, 3 All-Stars, only 3 All-Stars.
He played shortstop with Cal Ripken.
Good point.
31, 42 hits.
I think guys like that are... Yeah, Bryce Harper for sure. He's guaranteed. If he gets another MVP, he's even that much more guaranteed. 40 WAR at age 29. 40 WAR. 267 homers. 142 OPS plus for his career. 916 OPS for his career.
Lock.
He's a lock. He's 29. He's in, he doesn't show much injury issues. He hasn't ever really had much in the way of injuries, right? Do you have a knee thing?
Yeah, but it was something weird. Remember, he tripped over the base.
Yeah. But other than that, he's never played less than 100 games in a full season. 6-7 All-Stars. He went to All-Star. Wait, did Bryce Harper go to the All-Star game this year?
I don't know.
I
don't think so. I think
he got snubbed.
Yeah, that's right.
And then ended up leading the league in
MVP.
OPS and OPS plus and 42.
Slugging.
Yeah, and home runs or doubles and yeah. He got snubbed. So
I don't think. Yeah, that's not true. I was gonna say I don't think he ever had 100 RBIs until his first year with Philly.
He did.
Oh, did he?
Wait.
Last year with Washington he did, didn't he?
Last year with Washington, first year with Philly. He only had 84 this year. Why is that?
Philly sucked, I guess.
They suck a lot more than they
Lock
did
Hall of Famer.
Lock. He's a lock. 615 slugging.
Add in Paul Molitor into that, Theodore. Super. They were a good team.
Yeah, for sure. Is Paul Molitor a Hall of Famer?
Yep.
A Hall of Famer. I don't know how this podcast evolved into just us looking up guys that may or may not be in the Hall of Fame.
We went from
someday
the death of flippers to the death of our podcast really fast.
It wasn't exactly in the best shape to begin with.
It was already on life support.
Yeah, I like having a podcast on life support.
That nobody watches.
Yeah, you don't.
Except for these guys, these studs.
Yeah, only the best people in the biz.
That's right.
You don't have to worry about what people think or anything. You just talk about what you want.
You just say a bunch of shit. Nobody repeats it.
3,000 hits. 306 lifetime batting average. Dude, Paul Molitor cards are not desirable.
He's a DH.
Oh, true.
Partly. I mean, 3,300 hits puts you top 10 all the time, I think.
Yeah. Well...
Top 15 for sure.
I don't know about that. Does it?
I'm pretty sure.
Because there's like a bunch of guys that have 3,000 hits. But
there's like as many people between 3,000 and 3,100 as 3,100 and above.
Oh, really?
I'm pretty sure. like some just hung on to.
Everybody just stayed in there.
Al Kaline has, 3,015.
Yeah.
Roberto Clemente exactly 3,000. He didn't quit, but
yeah.
There's guys that just Craig Biggio just hung on,
Does Biggio? I always like seeing like Biggio cards, like cards of guys in like the early 2000s. Like early, I say early,
yeah.
But in the 2000 to 2010.
I like finding Hall of Fame players rookie cards in quarter boxes. That's what I like finding.
Yeah, no kidding.
There's so many Craig Biggio rookies, and nobody wants one.
I put them in my dollar box.
Nobody wants Craig Biggio rookie cards.
You don't think they'll pay $1 for them?
I have back there in a box. I have 250 Kurt Schilling rookie cards.
Nobody wants them.
He'll be in the Hall of Fame this year, and I still won't be able to sell them.
But if you look them up, they sell for $1 on eBay.
When they sell for $1.
When they sell.
Yeah.
Of the 10 million that exists.
Yeah. There's 3 per month that sell for $1.
The 300.
If you put a 50 count lot on, it's going to go for $1.
I bet 100 a month sell. No, a 50 count lot will go for $20.
Somebody's getting ripped off. They're in my quarter box.
Kurt Schilling rookie cards. You have stuff in your quarter box that I have stuff in my dollar box, and I have stuff in my quarter boxes that you put in your dollar boxes. Mm-hmm. It's weird.
That's why they're your quarter boxes and my quarter boxes, right?
True. Indeed.
It works.
No, you're not getting my Kurt Schilling rookie cards for a quarter. Are you smoking something weird? Yeah, Molitor's he's a legit Hall of Famer.
I'm looking up all-time hit list. I wonder if we've lost everybody.
Can we just Google it? I was gonna look.
Okay.
We have 11 concurrent viewers.
Way
to go,
you
guys!
You guys are amazing. You 11 guys are amazing.
Harper didn't go. What does that mean?
To the All-Star game.
Go. Oh yeah. Zion will wish he has Sean Kemp's career. Oh, that's a hot take. Oh, it's like Charles Barkley and Shaquille O'Neal had a baby.
Paul Molitor is 10th all-time in hits.
Top 10.
On the money. That was my Altuve guess.
What did you say? Oh, yeah, that was it. That was it.
Yeah.
You said, I bet he's got
I said 1754 and it was 1777.
Yeah. That's a good guess. That's a good guess. I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, Altuve's rookie cards 2011. So he had 10 years. I'm like, there's no way he's averaged 175 hits per year for the last 10 years.
Yeah.
Indeed, he had.
He got to 210 several times.
Yeah.
So then he can have his 160 seasons and it doesn't seem as bad.
I mean, those are like Ichiro numbers. 210, 220.
Yeah.
Those are good numbers.
Whit Merrifield numbers.
Yeah. Right?
If he didn't start at 26.
Yeah. Well, I have a card show to get ready for.
Okay. Go see Nathan at St. Joe.
Come to St. Joseph.
St. Joe.
To East Park Mall.
East Hills Mall. Everybody knows where it's at. It's at the mall in St. Joe.
Yeah, I will be set up.
One of 8 to 10 wonderful dealers.
That's right.
With brand new inventory.
If you want Kurt Schilling rookie cards.
For $1.
75 cents. If you buy 10 or more. 75 cents.
You come up and mention the podcast, you can get them for $0.25. I'll replace them.
50
I'll
cents.
replace them for you. We got binders of them out there.
50 cents.
For every Kurt Schilling you sell for a quarter, I'll give you an $89 set.
What is that, a punishment?
I replaced the Schilling rookie.
Oh, a Donruss set. Speaking of, how much is an 89 Fleer set?
$5, $10.
How much does a Griffey go for?
$5.
How much does the Billy Ripken black box go for?
Couple dollars.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like there's you put a Randy Johnson and a Kurt Schilling.
89 has Griffey, Randy Johnson, Craig Biggio, John Smoltz, and that's it. Hall of Famers.
So, do any of the sets do they all have the black box Bill Ripken?
Yes, they were corrected by then.
Okay. By the time they did the complete sets.
Yeah, they did. There's 4 different variations. There's the actual original one, the scribble,
yeah,
the white box, and the black box.
Yeah.
And the black box is easiest to get.
But the other ones just came out like
different waves. They tried to fix it.
Yeah.
And to changed it and whatever.
You know, back then, like, do you think they literally just went and scribbled it out on the printing plate or whatever?
Yeah.
Like, messed it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And kept printing them.
Yeah.
Like,
they couldn't slow down.
We got to get 1 billion of these out.
It was somebody just sitting there.
Yeah.
Every wave going. Every 3 seconds.
It's not how that works.
Oh.
I don't think.
They were original. Original scribbles.
So, I'm guessing, like, I find it interesting if, like, okay, so the scribble was just for the rest of that printing plate. Then they put a new printing plate on because they wear out, right?
I assume.
So they put a new printing plate on and it's got the white box or whatever. And then they put a different one on, or it's got the white out and then it's got the white box and then the black box.
Yeah.
And then they kept with the black box. They like that.
I think the black boxes are in the sets. I don't think there's any. If there is a way to tell, I can't tell the difference of if you have an 89 Fleer box, if it has a chance to get it or not. I don't know that there's a way to tell.
To get like a white box or a scribble.
Or the original F.
There's no originals. Wouldn't be any originals, right?
Why?
Well, like you said, like they probably all came out before any sets came out.
No, in the sets, you mean? Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's no originals in the sets. I mean, the unopened wax.
Oh.
I don't know if there's a way to tell. If there is a way to tell, I don't know what it is.
There probably is. Seems like people have figured out how to figure that stuff out.
Yeah. I mean, that would be worth. I mean, those things go for like $25, right?
Yeah. I mean, the black boxes, I'll put $5 on it. If you mention the podcast at St. Joseph East Hills Park Mall. Just East Hills Mall, isn't it?
East Hills Mall.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a park somewhere.
Park East Hills Heights.
I think
Mall.
I think East Hills Park is the Back to the Future Mall, isn't it? Or is that
Twin Pines?
Twin Pines.
And then he comes
Single
back
Pine because he wrecked it.
Yeah.
Smart. Movie's so smart.
Yeah. Single Pine yeah.
I think it's Twin Pines and then Pine.
Pine Hills.
Pine Hills Mall. Twin Pines Mall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you all so much for visiting. Come visit us in person at 1524 Northeast 96th Street, San Liberty, Missouri.
12 to 7 every day, but Sunday
68.
When I'm home sleeping and watching football.
Or go to the Facebook page, Warehouse 2020. Subscribe.
Don't hit the like. Don't hit the subscribed.
Not on YouTube.
Yeah.
No,
YouTube doesn't care.
We don't want anybody to think that we're legitimate on YouTube.
Next week, double digits. Podcast number 10.
Is it? I'm glad you keep track of this stuff.
I don't know. We'll have to look.
All right. Thanks, guys. Have a great
Good night. Thanks for watching.
Day.